Good morning, everybody. How are y'all this fine, brisk, cool morning? Well, we're gonna go set some traps this morning, but first we're gonna make sure this bad girl crank, cause last couple of times we got there, yeah, I didn't do a little pre-trip and crank before I left. It bit me in the butt when I got there. I had to jump her off once we got there. So before we even leave the shop this morning, we're gonna see this old can. Now, it's been a few days since I cranked her, and it's cold, so yeah. These things, the downfall to them is they run a little bitty battery, and I don't think them little bitty batteries in the cold have enough cold cranking amps to turn it like it needs to be turned. So my plan at a later date is to add an accessory battery under the seat. There's a place under there big enough for one, and that way I can run my accessories to the little batteries, and I'm gonna run my cranking off the big battery that I'm gonna install. So, but until we get to that point, this is just what we have to deal with. Let's see how she's gonna do this morning. I'm gonna let the fuel pump get primed up first. I'll switch it on and off 2 or 3 times. Make sure we got fuel all the way up, instead of spinning it with no fuel in the system. Success. So I'm gonna let it run while I get the door open and back the truck up here and hook the trailer up. Then we'll hit the road. Guys, been out here for a little bit setting traps, getting them ready, but I was going to show y'all kind of some things I look for when I'm trapping or whatever. Washouts. I love to find where the rain's washed out and stuff, because the coyotes, for whatever reason, they love to walk them. For example, right here you see, if you can see that track right there at the end of my foot, and then right there. They love this soft sand when it's washed like this. So what I'll do a lot of times when I find a place that's washed like this, I'll get up close to the head of it, like right in here. Now I can't here because this is a heavy traveled area and my trap will get run over. But I'll set right in that wash, right in the bottom of it somewhere where there's an edge, especially if the tracks is going in between them edges. And a lot of times you don't even have to put bait, you just set in that edge and it's a walk-through set and you'll catch them. But what I've done here, because this is a high traffic area, I've come over here to the side of it and I've set against this stump. And now I've had this set here for a little bit, and of course we've had a bunch of rain and snow, so we've not been trapping, but I just set it back today. But I just done a whole set, and I kind of more catered it towards the bobcat because of all the brush and stuff that's around. I actually had one miss here. It pulled out of the trap, and there was scratch marks on the log over here. You may can still see them. I'm not sure. Not with it wet, you can't, but they were fresh scratch marks. I could tell it was a bobcat that got loose, so I set it as a bobcat set. And with this little walk through here too, you're liable to get the coyotes, because the coyotes, you see these tracks coming through here, it's soft mud, so they like walking in that, and they'll come through here. Well, if they smell what I've got set up there, then they'll go investigating it. And with the hole set, the longer you can keep them looking around the hole, I've got that hole drilled in there really, really deep, got my bait down deep. The longer you can keep them around the hole, the more curiosity you can incur of them, better chance you got of them stepping in the trap. They'll kind of just walk back and forth and round and look at it. But lo and behold, here's some more tracks. So the coyotes are in the area, and you can tell a coyote from a dog. If you'll look at this track, you see how it's 2 tracks in each other and 2 tracks in each other, and most of the time it's more like this one. This looks like 1 track, but it's actually 2. The coyote walks, puts both feet in the same track on this side of his body and both feet in the track on this side of the body. Whereas a dog, if this were a dog, there'd be a track here and then probably another track about here. And then this foot would be here, and then this foot would probably be back and over a little bit. You'd see all 4 feet print. And that's the difference in a dog. There's also a little variations in the size and the roundness of it as well. A dog footprint's more oval, where a coyote's more circle. And then a fox, of course, is kind of like a coyote, but he's smaller. And then, you know, a bobcat, it's just a whole different thing. I'd have to show you. I'd have to find one to see it. But something's been out here digging, and I've seen that a lot, and I cannot figure out what it is. We do not have hogs to my knowledge, but there is a couple places that is rooted like hogs done it. Now, there was one place, boy, look at the turkey tracks. There was one place that I found a bunch of coon tracks, so I'm wondering if the coons is the ones doing it, if they're after the grubs or something. So tomorrow, we're going to be bringing a bunch of dog proofs, and we're going to catch a bunch of coons off that place, because I just see my turkey tracks. That's what I'm trying to do, is preserve my turkeys and my rabbits. So I've got a few more traps to set today. I'll catch up with y'all in just a few minutes and let y'all watch me set one, and we'll see what we're going to do with it, how we're going to arrange it or whatever. But we'll get back to y'all shortly. All right, so we're here, guys. We're going to set us a trap here. So what we got is we got bobcat and coyote tracks going that way. We've got them coming this way and this way, and this is a big intersection, the crossroads, and the majority of them's coming out of here and going that way. So I'm going to set on this inside curve. Remember, I told y'all, anytime you're sitting on a curve, set to the inside of the curve. So I'm going to set right here on the inside. There's a path that goes right through here, and I'm going to sit just to the side of the path. And the reason for that is the deer are using it too, and I want to miss the deer feet if at all possible, so they don't set my trap off. So I'm going to set it there, and then I'm going to, right there at that root back there, I'm going to pop a little hole in the ground, just a little small one, and put just a little bit of bait. I'm not going to put a whole lot of scent here because they threw here so much that really I could probably just do a walkthrough set. But I want to put a little bit of bait, being that I'm putting it off the side of the track, just to get them to turn their head and look that way and maybe step right where I've got them. So I'm going to set y'all up, but y'all can watch me hammer this one out. All right, I think I got y'all where I need you. Go up just a little bit, would you? Okay. So you can see my good looking face. Not too much. There we go. Now you can see me underground. All right. So we're just going to knock us a little area out right here. Let me get my screen. And usually I'd take my drill and drill these places out, but my drill has died on me. And I broke my good hammer, y'all. So I'm making do with what I got. And that's this raggedy little thing that was just in my toolbox. So I've got to fix my other hammer. But hey, we're gonna make it work. Might take me a little bit longer on this one, but I'll get it dug in. This clay is not fun, especially when it's wet. But we don't need to go. Alright, if y'all gonna quit on me, then I won't set you back up. But y'all got to stay with me now. Don't be running away. I ain't trying to put y'all to work. I mean, I know it looks like hard work, but I ain't asking you to do it. Ain't no need running away from me like that. Boy, this is rough. With this kind of hammer. And I know you trappers out there are going to tear me a new one for this hammer. But I told you, I broke my trapper hammer. Got to fix it or either buy a new one. I'm going to wear myself out before I even get to the driving part of this challenge. Oh, that might be good. Maybe just a little bit more. Tell you what, let's do it like this, Tony. This clay is something else. Sometimes you just got to make do with what you got. And when you're right in the middle of trying to set traps and your tools break, you just got to make do. Yeah, you know, life gives you lemons, make lemonade type thing, I guess. But hey, I'm telling y'all what, I ought to have a whole lemonade factory by now. I ought to be able to supply everybody with some drinks. I'll definitely have my share of lemonade. All right, let me grab the trap. I'll be right back. The trap I'm using, it's an MB550 with the 4 springs. Oh, and they are stout. They are really hard to set with your hands. But hey, you gotta be a man to do this. Get in there and stay. Trying to get it in that, right in that night latch. Right there. There we go. All right. Probably should have drove it in first, but hey, I like to live on the wild side sometimes. Take my little drill bit and clean it out so it don't get stuck. And yes, piece of all thread that I welded a big wing nut to the end of it. And the reason I've done a wing nut, y'all, is so if it gets stuck down, I can hit under here and knock it back up. Doing this a while, you figure out a few little tricks to help you out here and there. I want about to pay $50–$60 for a driving rod when I can make one for myself, if you know what I mean. I'm old country boy. I figured it out. There we go. We got through that clay then. Now, see, I got that on there. I can take like that, knock it right back out. I'll have to fight with it. I'll pull back on it here. The elephant ain't pulling that out of there, y'all. Now, there's a spring in here. Tap him down in the clay where it's flat. And I'm gonna throw a little bit of this loose dirt back on top of my chain, just so as the bottom of my trap ain't riding right on that chain and sitting there rocking back and forth. Because if there's any rock in that trap, he feels it, he's done. He is not going to play with it no more. Alright. Y'all, I hate clay. I'd rather be in sand and black dirt any day. This clay, I'm telling you what, it'll make a man out of you. You can tell by my breathing. Getting old, y'all. Don't like it, don't want to accept it, but I ain't. Now, there we go. She's solid, no rocking. I'm gonna get rid of these big clumps. Let me grab a piece of screen, and I got these little pan covers. These things work pretty dang good, especially on these MBs, because they fit them about perfect. There we go. Throw them rocks back there. Now I'm gonna flirt with disaster, and I'm gonna use my hand to level all this out. And yes, before you even ask, I've been caught several times doing this. Y'all, it hurts a little bit, but it ain't bad. Never broke the skin, never made me cry. It doesn't hurt the animals that bad. I can hear you animal lovers out there now. That's so cruel and so mean. Well, when you see one of your dogs tore half in two by a pack of coyotes, you won't think it's so mean and cruel then. If y'all could see what these coyotes do to the other animals, y'all wouldn't be so mad at us trappers. Cause when I tell you death by a coyote is violent, y'all, when they take, and they do take full grown deer down, it ain't just fawns or injured ones. It's full grown deer. They start eating them while they're still alive, and they have been known to eat up to half the animal before the animal dies. It's a very bad, painful unaliving for an animal by coyote. So don't come at me with it being mean, me catching them by the foot, because compared to what they do to other animals, it's not that mean. And when I take this coyote from out of here, he goes to a life where he's given free food and free roaming, and he's not hurt. Yeah, it's not so bad a deal for the coyote. In fact, probably if a lot of them knew what was going to happen, they would probably jump in the traps. Coyotes are lazy. They go for the easiest thing. When you put dog food out for them, they'll go for it. But if there's a baby deer, they'll lay in wait when the mamas is having the babies. And when the baby pops out, before it has a chance to walk, they'll run in there and grab it from the mama. And a lot of times with the placenta and stuff still hooked up to the mama, and then they'll end up killing the mama too if there's a whole pack of them. So they're not innocent by no means. Don't think for one skinny second that they are, because they are very bad creatures. And they is a serious coyote problem. North Carolina, if you're watching, you need to do something. Y'all are the reason these things is here. You can say what you want to, y'all brought them in here. Y'all never make me convince me that you didn't when people saw y'all dumping them out of horse trailers and things of that nature. Y'all need to make it right. Start a bounty, do something. But the rabbits, the small game, the turkeys is disappearing because of coyotes and bobcats and stupid hawks that we can't do nothing about but watch them eat our animals because they're a federally protected bird. And all we have to do is watch them do it. There's nothing we can do about it. So the poor little animals, the little small game animals, there's no help for them, y'all. We, us rabbit hunters, I don't even hunt rabbits no more. I've got rabbit dogs that I only run and train. I ain't killed a rabbit, I don't know how long. Because if I kill it, that's one less I've got to be able to run with my dogs. It's bad when rabbit hunters can't even hunt no more because the predators has took away so many rabbits that we're scared to kill them ourselves and eat them ourselves, because if we do, they're going to become extinct. And who's to blame? North Carolina wildlife. You're a big part of it. hauling these coyotes in here, mess, trying to thin on the deer population. You want to thin on the deer population? Every 4 deer that's born, 1 is a buck, 3 is a doe. We have a doe problem. Give us 10 does a year and 1 buck. Let the hunters thin out the population. There's people out there that need the meat to eat, and it helps families that feed. Thin it out that way. Open deer season up a little bit. Open it up another month. Instead of bringing it in October till January 1st, it's too hot most of the time to hunt then anyhow. Let it stay until February. Open it up a little bit. That's how you do it properly. You don't bring animals from other areas, especially predators, and turn loose. Because when God designed something to stay in one place, he meant for it to stay there. And when mankind gets their hands involved in it, all they do is mess up God's plan. God's the ultimate creator. He knew what he was doing when he put animals where he put them, and he wanted them left there. And when mankind gets involved and we start moving around because we think we know what we're doing, y'all, we don't know better than God. We could never do nothing better than God. Not even close. We have to trust him. When an animal becomes extinct, because God wanted it to become extinct. It's because God's through with that animal on the earth. It ain't because of humans. God gave us dominion over the animals. If human beings are building a road and there's an animal in the way, God give us dominion to move that animal or whatever. That's the way it's designed. Yes, we're supposed to take care of them. No, we're not supposed to abuse them. God expects us to care for animals. That's why most hunters, especially Christian hunters, are conservationists. They believe in taking care of what God gifted us. We're not going to run out here and kill everything for sport. We're going to eat what we kill. We're going to use it, and we're going to do what God designed it for. Trophy hunters, high fence hunters, I have very little respect for these guys. To me, it's sorry to take an animal, put it in a cage, and then go in a cage and hunt it. To me, that should not be legal. If you can't go out in the wild and you can't hunt a deer properly and kill it, you shouldn't be a deer hunter. Same thing goes with any other animal. Now, having said that, we run dogs in fenced pens. But we run dogs in fenced pens because the predator problem is so bad that in the wild there is no rabbits. Richmond County, North Carolina is one place that there are very few places where there's rabbits at. And then when you find a place that's rabbits, you got to join a club that's $1,000 a year. Well, the average Joe can't afford to do that. So we have to join these beagle clubs, and we have these facilities that we go and train our dogs in. We don't kill. We predator control, and we have to manage it. But if we don't do that, we don't have places to run. So that's me venting about the frustrations of predator control and all the animal rights mess, and all the North Carolina wildlife mess too. They don't know what they're doing, half of them. So remember that when you go to vote, y'all. When y'all voting these people in, if they ain't sportsmen, if they ain't outdoorsmen, if they don't know nothing about animals and stuff, don't put them in places where they control that. Make sure you know who you're voting for about anything. But that's my rant for today, and y'all seen how we set traps. So God bless you. I love you. Praying for you. Don't forget to share, like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff. Get the word out. We're going to do more and more with this channel. The more y'all like, share, and subscribe, the more we can do. So God bless you. Y'all have a blessed day. Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the channel. Well, we out here checking traps this morning, and it's been raining like crazy for the last day or so, and everything is saturated. So I've been going around, needless to say, resetting traps this morning. Every trap I've got to has been washed out. But we finally come up. This is the second to the last trap to check, and lo and behold, we got old Wiley. Now this is what we're after, y'all. We are targeting these fellers. We want to get all of them we can off, and this is exactly what we wanted. Now you see the trap, you can see his foot there. It ain't bleeding, it ain't hurt, it's just holding him. He's not in no pain, he just can't get away. We're gonna get him caught. I'm gonna put him in my little transport pen, and he's going on to a better life. Hey Daddy, come video this. Of course he walks off. Hey Daddy, come video this for me. I have to keep him roped in, y'all. He's kind of like a 10-year-old. He just can't be still. Love him to death, but I think he's got a touch of ADD. Here, video me putting him in the box. Oh yeah, it's already going. All you got to do is hold it. First of all, we got to put this around his little throat here. See how he's gonna like that. Oh yeah, he's calm. He's good. There you go, good boy. Now we're gonna pull this. As we can. Yeah. Now, I'm gonna bring him up here. There we have a yoke. And as y'all can see, they're not aggressive. Once you get your hands on them, they're little babies. Now he'd bite the pee out of me if I give him a chance. I'm not gonna give him that shot. And he goes in there. Now he's just in there for just a little bit, y'all. This is strictly just to transport him. He's got plenty of room to turn around, do what he needs to do. The reason they're so little is if you put them in a big thing, they'll hurt themselves. They'll bang and try to jump through it and hurt themselves. So you put them in something confined to keep them still. We're going to take him. We're going to give him a checkup, give him some antibiotics, and he's on to a better life at a refuge where he'll be fed and he won't have to chase down food the rest of his life. So now y'all know. All right, appreciate it, guys. We're going to go check the rest of them. And if we catch any more, I'll check back in and let you know. Look, y'all, my goofy tail come in here to this spot, picked up all my coon traps and stuff, and we ain't feeding in here no more, so I was moving them out. Ain't no coons been on camera in a while, and I said, well, I'm gonna move my camera too. Well, I come all the way in here and got my coon traps. Yep, and forgot to get the camera, y'all, so let's get this camera moving. There's something over here creeping up behind me. I hear it jumping in the, oh, it's a little squirrel. Yeah, he's running out there. I must have snuck up on him, so yeah, we're gonna get Mr. Camera, and I'm gonna take the camera down here and put it in another spot, and see what we can see. It ain't gonna be long. Well, I've actually got another camera that's fixing to start being put out. I didn't mean to drop my camera like that. Being put out to catch some bad people that's dumping trash. People, just cause there ain't no house there and it's a bunch of woods. Oh, did I break the camera? Oh, I broke my camera, y'all. Well, I'll be. Well, crap. We'll fix it. But anyhow, just because there's no houses there and it's a bunch of woods, it does not mean it's okay to dump trash. Especially when there is a dump a mile down the road. People, you know who you are, because I found your name in the trash and I sent the man to your house. You was made to come pick up the whole road and you got a ticket, and that's what's gonna happen every time. So I just know my signs that say recording in progress or safety cameras in use, these cameras, y'all. I'll catch you. Keep dumping trash. Try me if you want, but I'll catch you. Can't stand that. All right, we're gonna go set this camera up. Alright guys, we got the camera moved. She is on that little tree right there. I got it set up to where I can watch my feeder, and I've got a coon trap attached to this log and a coon trap attached to this log. So I'm gonna flip it around and show you my hole. So got this big log, choker style cable out to my dog proof with, I use old out of date cereals that we don't eat at the house. When they go out of date, I just put them all in one big Ziploc bag, mix them together. I've had great success with it. Same thing over here, big log. They're not dragging them. And they'll be right there. So let me show you my coyote setup out here. So as trappers, we have to be opportunistic. So I was walking around here kind of looking to see where a good place to set up was. And you can see this right here is a big log jam. And another big log jam. This was a landing deck when they cut the timber. Well, there's a little road right in between it, so it's a pinch point. And there's all kind of tracks and stuff any day of the week coming back and forth through here. In fact, you can see there's raccoon tracks right there with turkey tracks, deer tracks, and I'm sure if I look hard enough, there's probably some coyote tracks. But anywho, I was walking through here looking, just trying to figure out where to set a trap. And you have to pay attention, y'all, because nature will provide. The good Lord knowed what he was doing when he designed things. So I looked down, and lo and behold, something had been digging. And it had dug a hole up in this stone, probably a fox or could have been a coyote, whatever, chasing a mouse. Well, I said, that's a perfect set. Now, I went in, I bedded my trap right here. Got a trap set, I think it's an OBS trap. I went into the hole where they had dug down quite a bit, but I took my auger and I ran way down into the bottom of it, another 2 foot. And I threw my bait, I think I used Hiawatha Valley's long distance bait, and I threw it, no I didn't, I used a no BS bait. So I'll show you all the baits in a minute. Anyhow, I threw the bait way down in the bottom of the hole, took a stick, pushed it all the way to the bottom because you want it out of their reach. The longer you can keep them working around this hole trying to get to that, the more chance you got of them stepping in the trap. And if you've got it shallow where they can just lean over in there and grab it and be gone, odds are you're going to miss a lot. But if you keep it way down in there, then they're going to be nosing around and digging and stuff, and one of their feet are getting your trap. So I piled the dirt up, made it just like it was, where you could see that they was digging, because when a coyote comes through here, he's going to see, hey, something's been digging in that lap pile. Maybe they've hid some food, or maybe whatever animal is still in that hole. So he's going to see it, he's going to go to it, but then he's going to smell the bait, and it's going to get his attention. Now, that's for coyote set, basic. I just went off of what was there. I didn't arrange things, I didn't stack things or nothing. I just left it like it was. If I was going to set this up per se to catch a bobcat, which y'all know that's not our target species, so that's why I didn't set it up like that. But if we was trying to catch a bobcat, I would have built this on up, and I would have brought this on out to here like a tunnel with sticks and anything else. And then I would have made it in there. I would have hung a feather or a CD or something in there to flash, and put some white stuff on top of it from a distance to be able to see it. And I would have made it extravagant. A bobcat, you can guide them into it. A coyote don't want to be guided no more than what's already there. So if you see something like this, be minimalistic, use what's there, get in and get out. Don't spend a lot of time around the set, sitting there arranging stuff and putting your scent all over it, because y'all, I change gloves. I use the latex gloves anytime I'm setting traps. I use a brand new pair every time I set a trap. I never use the same pair twice. I never use the same pair that I touch bait with to touch my traps. Having said that, you're not going to do, there's nothing possible to get all your human scent away from that trap. It's not possible. There's going to be some kind of foreign scent there. Metal has a scent. The stuff we use to treat these traps with have a scent. The latex gloves have a scent. Leather gloves have a scent. It don't matter. You're not going to get rid of all. The less time you spend there, the quicker you get in, get that trap in the ground and get out, the less scent you leave, and the better it is. So remember that. Get in, get it set, get out. Don't spend a lot of time lingering. Don't try to overdo it, especially for a coyote. A coyote, you want it to look like nothing's there. You want it to look just basic. Now for a bobcat, you've got to do some visual, because a bobcat don't have the sense of smell like a coyote does, and they hunt off of hearing and sight. So that's why people hang a CD or a feather up in a tree above the trap. They can see it from a long distance away, and they'll go to it. And like I said, if I was after bobcats specifically, that's what I would have done there. I'd have made it extravagant looking. I would have hung something up to flash and all this, that, and the other. But we after coyotes, and that's a pinch point. They're gonna walk through there. They're gonna see that hole. It may take them a night or two. A lot of times the first night they come by, they just look at it and think, that's different. What's going on with that? It might take them a couple nights before they get their nerve up to go over there to it. But be patient. That's one thing trapping coyotes will teach you, is be patient, because I've had cameras on them. I've watched them stand there and look at the trap for 10, 15 minutes and never get close to it enough to get caught in it. And then I've had them to walk right up to it and bam, catch them. You just got to be patient with them. Don't get frustrated. Just keep on keeping on, and you'll eventually get it. So I know I'm not perfect. I know I don't do everything right. So if y'all got any hints for me, any ideas for me, drop them down in the comments, because this is a thing you're constantly learning. And I'll take tips from you just like you can take tips from me. I'm not too good to listen to somebody else and take advice. I will take advice. So if you see something I'm doing that's not right, leave in the comments. Say, hey, stupid, if you'll quit doing that, you'll catch more. Tell me, because I'll listen. I'll try it. I'll try out anything to help me be more successful. And you should feel the same way. We should always be teachable in every situation in life, and everything we do in life. Don't ever not be teachable. When it comes to the good Lord especially, y'all listen to him. I'm out here. I'm in my favorite place in the outdoors, right by myself today. It's peaceful. Nobody but me and Jesus. And y'all, this is where I feel so close to him. He's so good to me, y'all. Y'all do not even know. But having said that, y'all, I've got some friends that's really going through some stuff right now. Some health problems. Some really dear to me friends. And I'm not going to say their names because I don't know if they want them out. But God knows who they are. When y'all say y'all's prayers tonight, y'all just pray for my friends. Just pray that God would touch their lives and their hearts. Some of it's health related. Some of it's, other things. But just whisper a prayer for my family and my friends tonight, if you would. So, I love you guys. We're going to probably send another trap or two, and then we're going to get out of here. I'll catch up with y'all in the morning. We'll see if we got anything else. We got one coyote today. Maybe we'll get another tomorrow. We hope. Got rain coming the weekend, so more mud. What do you know? But till the next time, guys, stay safe, and I love you.